Guys, the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Max. Now there's a lot to discuss in this video. Is it a very nice car? Stick around to the end to actually find out what is this Chery all about. You clicked on this video, maybe you're thinking of, you have a specific car from a specific manufacturer and you're thinking, so many people are buying these Chinese cars, should I buy one? Is it as good? Why are so many people buying this car? People are saying, for the price, you're getting a lot of value for money. Are you? Stick around in this video and find out. Maybe you don't want to buy one, maybe you're just curious and you saw this video pop up on your feed and you clicked on it and it said Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Max. Now you're wondering, wait, let me check out this video and see why are all these people buying this car? Should I or shouldn't I? I was actually quite excited to get into this car because I wanted to tell you guys about it, and a lot of people have asked, when are you getting a Chery? And they're really interested to know what I have to say and how my experience of this car is. Now, the first thing people will mention to you about this car is the tech, and then they'll tell you that the fuel consumption is not good. Something I actually just used earlier was, I haven't seen this in another car. If you have seen this in another car, please comment below and tell me. When you press the button to lock the windows, now for child lock, you can press a button and normally what it will do is it makes the back seats child lock, which is very good for safety, and it also locks the windows. But what the Chery does, which I actually particularly like, is on other cars that I've seen, when you press child lock, it locks the windows, but that means the driver can't open the back window as well. You have to unlock the back window and then, adjust it and then press the lock button again. But what Chery does is, you press the lock button, but the driver can still control the back windows without the passenger controlling it. I thought that was something really, really unique and actually a great touch by Chery. Now, I have mentioned fuel efficiency, guys. The fuel efficiency is not very good on this car. Bear in mind, it's a 2-liter turbo. It's got great power. If I remember correctly, the car has about 187 kilowatts of power. Now, it's very powerful, even on eco mode. Now, this car actually, if you forget what mode you're on, it'll announce it to you. Let me show you now.
Sports mode entered.
So when you go into sports mode, it actually tells you. So let's go into eco.
Economic mode entered.
Economic.
Normal mode entered.
Normal.
Sports mode
And
entered.
sports mode. Okay, so let's go back to economic mode.
Economic mode entered.
Thanks, Chery. So this economic mode, it's not very economical. When you drive on it, it's super fast and it's fun to drive. But a lot of people would say, okay, it's a Chinese car. You're paying, okay, this car it's a top of the range. Sorry about that shake. It's a top of the range Tiggo 8 Pro Max, and there's something I don't like about the handling. It's not just when you're at a speed. The car actually, the steering wheel itself, it's too slippery. For me, I would think. But just look here. I mean, when you're driving, it's easy for your hands to slip, so you can't actually get a very good grip. So it's not to say when you're driving at speed, it's not nice. But it's at even if you're just on the freeway like normally, then the grip on the steering wheel is not great. And just the handling, like when you press, then the steering wheel almost turns like this, and you don't feel like you're in complete control of the car. When I saw the price of this car at the top of this is top of the range, it's a 7-seater, it's 670. Now immediately I would compare it to something similar in terms of price, which is the new Kia Sportage that came out. Now that Kia Sportage, it looks very nice. This car might have a bit more tech, like small things here and there, but in terms of handling, fuel efficiency, now especially Kia, the Sportage came out with a diesel as well, so it's even more fuel efficient. So when you're looking at a car, you have to think of the competition. You have to think of, okay, in this price category, although the Sportage is not a 7-seater, now it depends. If you have additional passengers, it's very nice to have a 7-seater. You can compare this with Sorento, but the Sorento is much more expensive, so the price is going to come into contention. If you want this Tiggo 8, otherwise you go for the Tiggo 4 or something that's a bit smaller. In terms of handling, in terms of the refinement of the engine and build quality, those are things you're going to compromise on Chery if you go for it. You're going to get a very good warranty. They are giving a 1,000,000-kilometer warranty on the engine, and it's selling to a lot of people, on paper. But then a lot of people ask me, they want to get these Chinese brands, but how good is it? Only time will tell. And after experiencing this Chery, it's very important to mention build quality is not very, when you feel the seat itself, it's not the most good quality leather and it could have been better, But then again, you're thinking it's 670, they're packing in so much of tech. So Chery is spending, giving you the quality in other aspects of the car, but in very important aspects like engine refinement, comfort of the seats, and handling. Those are really, really important things that you are compromising on. And the touchscreen itself, it's very nice. The resolution is great. It's not very responsive. So there are times we will press something and it's not going to be responsive. So those are the small, well, I would say the big things about this Chery that are just not up to scratch with other more premium brands. But I really do like what Chery has done, you know, in these new generation cars. They really up their game quite a lot. And I mean, they packed in, you got cruise control, you got keyless entry, push to start. It drives very well. I am being a bit critical of this car because there's a lot of hype in the market that, you know, these cars they're excellent, they're very good, and there needs to be a little bit of, you know, critique for them. And okay, with that being said, with the critical element that I have done this review with, if you're someone on a budget and you're comparing, you say, you know what, I got 600k to spend. If you're someone that loves tech and you prefer that over the actual, you know, comfort of the drive, but you want something that's, you know, up there with the times, and I mean, this even got an AI robot. But I guess I haven't really taught it much things to do. A lot of the things that I say, it says it still needs to learn how to do. Like for instance, if you say you click the button and you say AM radio, and then AM radio comes on, and I'm sure you can teach it a few other things. I don't think you can teach it to open the windows and things like that, but probably cosmetic items. So there are some nice touches in this car, but I mean, then you can say Mercedes got Hey Mercedes, and then Volvo's introduced Google integration. So there are other manufacturers that are coming out with their own spin of things. So, you know, hats off to Chery for trying and for including as much as they could into this car while keeping the price at a good level. Because with cars with this kind of tech, you would expect them to cost in excess of 800,000. And bear in mind, this is a 7-seater. Generally, 7-seaters are going for 800, 900, 1 million. And you're getting this thing for 670. Sorry, not this thing, this Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Max. So on paper, it's absolutely brilliant. But it's just, it's a car that you have to test drive and then see. After watching this review, if you are interested in this car still, please, when you test drive it, look at the things that I've mentioned, especially the handling of the car. Because if you're someone who is going to be doing day-to-day driving with this car, picking up the kids, grocery shopping, and maybe the odd drive on the freeway, maybe 40, 50 kilometers, it's fine, right? But if you're going to be taking this car on the long road, if you're going in excess of maybe 600, 700, 1,000 kilometers, then you got to really take into consideration the handling, and then that'll be something that you would have to look into, right? And then also, this car's got a very, very awesome feature. It's got a 3D camera that looks absolutely amazing. Now, it's so good. I mean, I'm not advocating for this, but you can actually look at the camera because it comes as a 3D camera and it actually shows you the other cars and you can actually see the road. So whether you look, it obviously doesn't beat looking at the road, right? Guys, don't look at the camera. But if you're at a red robot, you can marvel at it. But I mean, small things like this, it's got 3D cameras, it's got wireless charging, it's got enough ports, and space is absolutely magnificent in this car. It's big, it's a 7-seater, and it looks stunning. Cosmetically, it's brilliant, but it's just handling, fuel efficiency, and things like that. So that is my take on the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Max. Have a look at the other videos on the channel. I'm sure you'll enjoy some of the other ones. There are some really interesting ones. We are approaching 200 videos on this channel. So if this is your first time watching, have a look at some of the other videos. I'm sure you'll find something you like. Thanks for watching, guys. Share this video with anyone you think is interested in Chery or wants to know what are these cars all about. Send them these videos, share it with their friends, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in next week's video.